Making seafood Eggrolls. The first thing you need to do is cut up the ingredients. This one is the taro root, but if you want to use something else, you can. It's one of the more common ingredients along with cabbage. But in this one, we're not going to use cabbage. We're going to use the taro root, or you could use the jicama root. Onions, carrots and onions are the two ingredients that you always see in Eggrolls. The other ones may vary, but carrots and onions are always there. So just cut them up and then use pork. Pork is the most common meat that's used in Eggrolls. Cellophane noodle, soak them in water for about 5-10 minutes. Put some garlic in the ingredients. Put the eggs in as a binding ingredient and put the crab in. It's just easier to use the one that's already deshelled. So we just put that in there. Probably would have been easier to use deshelled shrimps too, but since we didn't have any on hand, we just deshelled the shrimps before we added, chop it up and then into finer pieces and then add it into the mixture. And we just mix them up. After adding the rest of the ingredients like the chopped up cellophane noodle, and then add some salt and pepper and flavoring salt and MSG or sugar preferred. But you just basically use the amount that is to your taste. Mix the ingredients well before rolling them in the spring roll wrapping pastry here or some other type like the rice paper. The spring roll pastry wrap that you see here is easier to roll than the rice paper, which is more delicate and tear easily and you have to patch them up often. This one you just pretty much roll it and then use some egg wash to seal the ends. These are relatively good sized Eggrolls, but you can find smaller wrappers to make smaller ones, or you can cut up these bigger wrappers into smaller pieces to make the smaller size one. Next comes frying those Eggrolls. Make sure the oil is hot before you add them to the oil, otherwise they soak up the oil and get too oily. Fry them for about 15 minutes, but the time will vary depending on the size of the Eggroll. If there's leftover wrapper, you can roll up the shrimp like you see here, or you just roll up the paper and make like a little wrapper fries. Those wrappers should be ready when they're brown. But as for the Eggroll, if you want to make sure they're cooked, you can cut them up to see the inside to make sure the meat is cooked on the inside. If not, you can always fry them a little longer. You can drain all the oil before you put in the strainer to drain some more oil out. And then you can serve them with lettuce and cucumbers and fish. The diluted fish sauce, which we have used before in many different dishes. And there you have it. Thank you for watching and please subscribe.